I think that the United States making DNA testing mandatory is stupid. I don't think that, it's something that if you feel like you need a DNA test, go do that on your own time because you feel that way. I don't think every person, there's millions of people in the United States. Like, it doesn't make sense that people could be using that time to do other things. Like, you could be saving a life. You could be in a hospital saving a life.
He presented the magistrate with the DNA findings. The magistrate said, somebody got to take care of him, referring to the child, and it's going to be you, and gavelled him out.
Welcome to the channel. I did a previous video on a married man who was falsely accused of being the father of a child from a woman he never interacted with whatsoever. Yet the state was happy to put him on child support. Malines. Let's take a look at House Bill 2698 that's currently making its way through the Tennessee state government. Now, don't forget to subscribe up to the channel, see?
That would prevent unmarried men from claiming a child that isn't biologically their own is making its way through the Tennessee legislature. Action News 5's Bria Bolden spoke with the local lawmaker behind this bill to find out why he believes the law is needed. Bria?
Well, Joe, House Bill 2698 passed through the Children and Family Affairs Subcommittee today now, but it didn't come without a challenge from the Tennessee Department of Human Services. Memphis Representative Antonio Parkinson is sponsoring the House version of this bill, and he told me today he has spoken with constituents who said they have had to foot the bill for child support even after finding out a child they originally thought was theirs was not.
He presented the magistrate with the DNA findings. The magistrate said, somebody got to take care of him, referring to the child, and it's going to be you, and gavelled him out.
Memphis Representative Antonio Parkinson is sponsoring House Bill 2698 that would require DNA evidence proving paternity before a man signs a birth certificate for a child that may not be biologically his.
The state has been turning a blind eye to this by allowing people to sign blindly without any proof of DNA association to this child, which is allowing people to be guilty, or in some cases, of paternity fraud, which is a crime.
However, the Tennessee Department of Human Services says if made into law, their department could be at risk of losing about $52 million in federally matched dollars.
I guess the concerns that we have is that the bill would possibly put us out of compliance with the federal regulations.
We will focus on this section of the video where the Tennessee Department of Human Services will tell us why the state and most of the other states don't have a problem committing fraud by forcing men who are not the child's father to pay up. Rewind and come again.
However, the Tennessee Department of Human Services says if made into law, their department could be at risk of losing about $52 million in federally matched dollars.
I guess the concerns that we have is that the bill would possibly put us out of compliance with the federal regulations.
Have you heard the term follow the money? When you follow the money leaving the man's pocket, it takes you straight to the many state human services offices where lots of people are employed, and the federal government provides them with funding as well as aid them in enforcing child support orders. Personally, I don't think this bill will become law since the state has too much money to lose. The state is fine with legalized paternity fraud.
After speaking with attorneys from the U.S. Department of Human Services, Representative Parkinson says the bill would not affect the money the state receives.
It's only right and the moral thing to do, an ethical thing to do, to ensure that the right people's names that match their DNA is on that birth certificate. Anything other than that, you are stealing a child from a biological parent, and it's state sanctioned.
Now, the Senate version of this bill is up for a vote on the Senate floor tomorrow. Representative Parkinson's version of the bill is moving on to the Civil Justice Committee and will be up for a vote March 23rd.
My lines. Many of these women don't care if you are the father or not. These women just want to pick your pocket after giving away the punani without protecting themselves. And they know the law is on their side. So what should you do? First and foremost, don't get a woman pregnant unless both of you are in a long-term relationship or married and both of you agree to having babies. Anything else? You must protect yourself at all times. You see me? Hold tight, me gone again.